Take it, if it's to your liking. Hardly worth mentioning.
Trouble ahead. Proceed. I'm with you.
It's hard for a wanderer to find rest in this world. A moment's excitement, nothing more.
Let's wait and see.
I feel much better. You see, I've returned. It cannot come to pass. That which is seized must be repaid. The dead will return. Eternal sleep is not the end. I underestimated you. Nothing major. Receive divinity. Abyss flower, bloom. What is it we're waiting for? Allow me to see you off. Pity, you chose the wrong enemy. Don't get complacent. Time to settle your accounts. I'm a traveling merchant, merely passing through. The name's Luocha. We got up early to press on with our journey. Did you sleep well last night? Have an early rest. I'll keep watch here. I have no one to rely on as a traveling merchant. There is at least some security when I have some ways of saving myself. The coffin draws attention. As a traveling merchant, it helped me a lot. Everyone is curious about the coffin, so they come up to ask me about it. As I answer them, the business is done. There are always differences between what I hear about a place and seeing it with my own eyes. Finding out the differences between these perceptions is my joy. When in a difficult situation, it's not so important to maintain who you truly are, but to find the suitable role to play. That's just my own experience. The meaning of a flower lies in the duration of its bloom, and not in its petals, aroma, or the seeds it leaves behind. I have long heard that the Xianzhou can preserve their beauty, and have found that to be true. However, they keep this secret by hiding in a corner of the galaxy, like sitting on a mountain of wealth without spending it. What a shame. Not only is the general an expert in perceiving people's intentions, but he is also a master of the arts of concealment and showmanship. When he decides to show something, it's time to be careful. Oh, you mean the young boy? The one who's always by the general? I don't know anything about him. Not only is the general an expert in, unlike her, very few can realize that they are nothing but a tiny mustard seed in this vast galaxy. She is worthy of my respect. It's hard to forget anything, Ting Yun says. The Foxian's talent with words should be utilized to its maximum potential. No. She's kind and always willing to help. She invited me to tea and storytelling the next time I'm on the Xianzhou. I'm not so sure about the storytelling. Sounds time-consuming. Time to settle your accounts.
The next destination? Up to you. Enemy ahead. No harm in trying. Well figured out. Interesting. The galaxy is vast beyond compare. Stay. Well figured out. Timely treatment. I can't relax just yet. I'll leave the rest to you. Witness the stars shatter before you. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice. You know nothing of the weight behind this power. That won't stop me. I'm fine. I won't go easy on you. Calm your body and mind. Stand down. Better make a choice. Better make a choice. You can still walk away. Leave the rest to me. Stay calm. Seems you need to experience some hardship. Pom-Pom's always there to lend a helping hand, but I'd refrain from teasing them if I were you. The last person that did that. Hi, I'm Welt Yang. If there's something you need help with, you can come find me anytime. Still half asleep? Don't force yourself. You should get some more rest. Can't sleep? I understand. Inspiration always comes knocking in the small hours. It's hard to ignore, right? I was an animator for 8 years. My life was pretty routine. I guess it was a little dull compared with adventuring, but work is a very worthwhile thing. It brings dreams to life. It's a long story, and it involves a lot of people and incidents that everyone would like to forget about. Best not to talk about it. In essence, I got lost in the universe, but was fortunate enough to come across Himiko driving the Express. Oh, there's a lot to say there. They only aired that series on my home world. I don't know if there's anywhere else in the universe that'd have it. I can use my mimicry power to show you a few episodes, but I can't guarantee the resolution. Researching history and producing animations. I'd say they go hand in hand. You know, you remind me of the main character in a cartoon or something. You seem to attract companions out of thin air. I hope you don't mind me saying that. It's just... It seems like my own chances of going on an adventure have plummeted again. My home was corroded by a force known as Honkai, but that hasn't stopped it from being a warm and beautiful world. Do you know how the followers of Qlipoth the Preservation became the Interastral Peace Corporation? The Aeon wanted to build a wall, and humanity started searching for building materials so they could follow in Qlipoth's footsteps. It's pretty funny when you think about it. March is curious about everything, and she's always getting me to do combat poses. She thinks I pull them off pretty well, apparently. You think so too? He's safe. I know he has his doubts, but he's one of the crew now. Himiko and I won't let anyone harm him. Himiko's the kind of person that gives off her own light. Even though we're traveling across the train's old route, you can see Himiko's dreams flashing before her eyes when you look at her. It's almost as if she's been on the train from the very beginning, always moving starward.
Welcome aboard. I'm Himiko, navigator of the Astral Express. I'm sure we're about to embark on a fascinating journey together. Hey there. Tired? How about a coffee? Relax. Pom-Pom and I are here to take care of the train. The Express and I are like old friends. We've helped each other a lot. I fixed it so that it could get back to its original route. And in return, it takes me to unknown frontiers. As far as malfunctions on the train are concerned, I've usually dealt with them before you guys even realize anything's amiss. I'm speculating, but I think the Express departs from Akivili's homeworld and returns there before starting the journey anew. So the Express doesn't have a final stop per se. It's up to you where you disembark. I have a knack for blending different coffee beans. Can I make you a cup? I recommend not adding milk. Black coffee is proper coffee. Seems like only Dan Heng has a kind word for my coffee. What do you think? always thought that bitter is better. When people live together, it seems like nobody ever changes. Only when they're away from each other for a long time do surprising transformations occur. When we scour the universe for the things we seek, most of the time it's less of a "Eureka, I found it" moment and more of a "Is this it? What if I'm wrong" moment. If I woke up on the Express without any memories, there's no way I'd recover as quickly as March has. I admire her for that, but I also worry about her. If I'm ever too busy, please do take the time to chat with her. Dan Heng is the cautious type. I think he's gotten used to doing things by himself. He doesn't like to bother or inconvenience others. That's why I asked him to be the train's guard and maintain the databank. I don't think he'd have joined us if there wasn't anything for him to do. I think Weld's anxious that he can't keep up with you youngsters. But he sure seems young at heart to me. To Pom Pom, I'll always be the train's mechanic.
I should reintroduce myself. My name is Dan Heng. I'm the guard on the Express. I also administer the train's databank. I updated the databank entries today, if you wanted to look anything up. Time to turn in already? Thanks for the reminder. It's easy to lose track of time in the archives. Before you know it, a whole day's gone by. See you tomorrow. I come from an alliance, and was born on a grand and beautiful ship that I barely had the chance to see. I can never return. At that time, I had nowhere to go but the Express. Cloudpiercer is always with me, for my safety and the safety of everyone else. It's not really a hobby, but I used to read a lot. If you're not there to look something up, then please don't enter the archives. It's not a place for chit-chat. As vast as the universe is, it cannot change its past. Once there are sufficient records in the databank, the flow of individuals will link together seemingly independent events. March's weakness is that she likes to get involved in other people's business. Perhaps that's also her strength. If you have questions about the Express, Himiko can give you the best answer. Mr. Yang is a very compassionate person, but thankfully, he doesn't pry. My intuition tells me that it would be unwise to provoke the conductor.
Hello. Welcome aboard the Astral Express. My name is March 7th. I'm one of the passengers. We'll be working together. First, we need to take your induction photo. Did that scare you? Just a joke. Taking pictures, writing in my diary. What else is there to say? Of course, photos aren't reality, but if you have enough of them, doesn't reality come a little closer? I came up with my name myself, but some people just call me March. Which do you prefer? I get really bored when no one's talking to me. When we're on the Express, Himiko and Mr. Yang are pretty busy, but Dan Heng's usually free. He doesn't like chatting, though. No matter how disgusting the dish, you gotta summon your trailblazing spirit and face it. Not gonna lie, though, jellied eels and Himiko's coffee are pretty tough to stomach. Dan Heng got on the train before me. He never mentioned his past. If you get the chance, why don't you ask him about it? Beautiful Himiko. She's sensible, reliable, and elegant. It's great to have her as the navigator. When I'm grown up, I'm gonna be just like her. I like the now me too, though. I heard Mr. Yang was once the leader of a secret organization and saved a whole planet. Not to mention he's been a teacher and even a storyboard artist. He must be an alien or something. The conductor is the best!
Hey, you know, with Sampo Gusky by your side, you got a businessman, chaperone, and problem-solving conversationalist all rolled into one. Pretty sweet deal, huh? So, what's the job this time around? If you got the cash, I got the... No cash? Not a problem. Just say the word, pal. Come on, get some rest already. What's the matter? I'm not going anywhere. Me? I'm just an easygoing fella that looks out for the little guy, free of charge, I might add, who somehow gets pulled into everyone else's business with nothing to show for it. Like I say, I'm an easygoing fella. If you package it right, you can sell the same piece of intel to different people. That, my friend, is called maximizing your profit. I'm a firm believer in small talk brings big clients. I sell things that buyers want to buy, and they call me a con man. It's outrageous. You'd think in a place as isolated as Belobog, people would be more willing to share what they have. Well, it's the exact opposite, and I'm more than happy to make up the shortfall. You're thinking of... Come on, how did you guys end up in the middle of the snow plains? UFO? Let me guess, you took a train, huh? Seriously, though. Back when I first arrived in the underworld, I used to bring Natasha the medicines she needed. I did that for a while, and before long it was medicines and intel. You know how these things work. Oh, if anyone out there ever managed to strike a deal with Svarog, they'd earn my heartfelt admiration. Our little girl in red is truly impressive. How did she get that giant tin head to listen to her? If she had it her way, Miss Zila would spend less time yelling at me and more time actively trying to hit me. Can someone explain what I did to deserve her? Oh, we see each other pretty often. Usually it's me running away and him running after me. Gotta say, I'm gradually beginning to enjoy the attention. We used to be good pals, but now, let's just say her brother put in a bad word for me. My only wish is to get acquainted with the Supreme Guardian-to-be. Any introduction will do, even a painful one.
If something needs doing, he might be your man. But if you feel like befriending him, do yourself a favor, don't. It was the first time both of us had seen Belobog's real sky. The same sky. Hey, I'm Zila. I'm a member of Wildfire down here in the underworld. Want to help me forge a future for the people? Right on time. Let's start the patrol. Hey, you're about to fall asleep on your feet. Don't push yourself. I got this. Go get some rest. Me, as a child? Hook, times 10. We may live underground, but we won't be buried by the city. I like to keep my scythe sharp so I can get a good night's sleep on it. I'm over it now, but when I was young, I used to keep my favorite comic books in the clinic. Then the other kids started borrowing them, permanently. The chief's right. Sometimes a sharp blade is the only way to get people to come to their senses. Can I see this pom-pom? Sounds like a talking teddy bear to me. I learned when I was a kid that temper tantrums won't get you anywhere with Nat. Let's just say she knew how to give you a taste of your own medicine. That girl doesn't talk much, but I know she doesn't see us as her enemy. Svarog's always going on about humanity's endless conflicts. But you don't get peace by offering everything up on a silver platter. If something needs don't let her appetite for chaos fool you. I think that kid's going places. I probably owe my life to the chief.
The grown-ups in the underworld listen to Wildfire, and the kids listen to us moles. I'm the leader of the moles, by the way. You may call me Pitch Dark Hook the Great. Moles, leaving our holes. Brave moles, charge as a hole. Moles dismissed. Sleep well and see you tomorrow. Tiggertron used to be a hard-working mining machine. After it retired, it heard my call and became the ruthless villain-smashing Iron Fist. Under my leadership, we recruited Julian of 1,000 Faces, Luca Strongarm, and Cunning Child. Everyone joins the cause. Expeditions in the mines, expeditions in the clinic, expeditions on the surface, expeditions in the unknown. People say if you worry too much, your head gets super heavy. Wouldn't that make it harder for me to get taller? Oh. Grown-ups always say things like, you'll understand when you're older. But Hookard, you forget things when you're older. Don't believe me? Well, let's see who knows more stuff. Hook's interested in loads of things, like, lizards that carry geomarrow on their backs, or olms that survive without eating food. Natasha told me that there are flowers on the surface that only bloom once a year. I really, really want to go see them. Old witchy. Natasha is beautiful and nice, but when she gets angry, she, isn't so nice. But still beautiful. Oh, Clara, when can you join the moles? Hook's Tiggertron is mightier than Svarog's fist. I run into Mr. Sampo almost everywhere. Does he like expeditions too? Miss Sela talks loud, but sometimes Hook still beats her in an argument. Hook loves Daddy. One day, Hook's gonna dig up a big treasure and build Daddy a huge, huge house.
僕は通りすがりの行商人だ。羅刹と呼んでくれ。よく眠れたかい？今日は早く起きることができたし、先を急ごう。さあ、そろそろ寝た方がいい。ここは僕が見張っておくから。外で商売をしていると自分しか頼りにできないからね。応急処置の知識があれば少しは安心できるだろう。この棺にはいろいろと世話になっているんだ。持っているだけで人の目を引くから、みんな好奇心を持って僕に話しかけてきてくれる。そうして会話をしているうちに自然と商売ができるんだよ。各地の文化や風習は本で読んだものと実際に見たものとで印象が変わってくる。その違いが面白いんだ。面倒ごとに巻き込まれた時に重要なことは自分の本心じゃない。いかに自分にふさわしい役割を見つけるかだ。これは経験談だよ。花の意味は花器そのものにある。花びらでも香りでもまかれた種でもなくね。泉州の天人にはその美貌を保つ力があると聞いたことがある。本当に噂の通りだったよ。でもその秘密を守るために 銀河の片隅に身を潜めているなんてもったいないと思わないかい？将軍は人の心を読むだけでなく、隠秘と検事の術にも長けている。彼が何かを検事するときは気をつけた方がいいだろう。ああ、将軍の隣にいる機敏な少年のことかい？あまり印象はないね。帝雲さんが何を言っても聞き手は彼女の言葉を無視できない。古族の特徴である卓越した話術は利用して叱るべきだ。違うかい？彼女のように自分が銀河の海の一族に過ぎないと見極められる者はそういない。尊敬に値するよ。
私はラフの運気将軍ケーゲンだ。とは言っても将軍は一時的な身分に過ぎない。気軽にケーゲンと呼んでくれ。これまで多くの行商人に会ってきたが、彼ほど商売に興味のない者は少ないんじゃないか。帝雲殿のような節都市が尽力してくれているからこそ、泉州の貿易も今日の繁栄を遂げることができたのだろう。何年もあの子を子供として扱うとすぐに大人の真似をする。そして大人と同じように接するとまた子供みたいに振る舞うんだ。目を閉じて心を休める。時間が経つにつれてそれも簡単なことではなくなってきたが、私は面倒事を何より恐れている。面倒事というのは得てして重要性が高いものだし、いつ起きるかもわからないだろう。君か、何か面白い話があれば私にも聞かせてくれないか。ああ、ゆっくり休むといい。いい騎士は名手に頼ることはない。人は情勢を覆すような一手を喜ぶが、全局の危機を憂うことはないだろう。よそから来た者はラフを泉州と呼ぶが、ラフは泉州ではない。ラフはラフだ。かつての敵は死んだか、あるいは捕らえられている。旧友も散り散りになった。そう考えると私は間違いなく老人だな。
いや、俺はベルト用だ。困ったことがあれば俺を探すといい。おや、まだ眠いのか？無理をするな。少し寝るといい。寝られないのか？わかるぞ。インスピレーションは夜に訪れる上に抗いがたいものだ。そうだろ？アラハトを見たいのか？このシリーズは俺の故郷で放送されていたんだが、宇宙で見る手段があるかどうかはわからない。東映で数話程度なら再現することはできるが、再現度は保証できない。長い話になる上に忘れたい人間や出来事にも言及しなければならない。やはりやめておこう。とにかく宇宙で迷子になっていたところで幸運にも列車と姫子に出会ったんだ。
ようこそ列車へ。私は西急列車のナビゲーター姫子よ。これから一緒に旅を楽しみましょう。私と列車はお互いを支え、ただの私の推測だけど、列車はアキビリの故郷から出発し、最終的にはそこに戻り新たな旅を始める。だから列車に終点なんてないのよ。 旅の終点を決めるのはあんた自身なの。いろんな風味のコーヒー豆をブレンドするのが私の特技よ。今入れてあげるわね。ミルクなしをおすすめするわ。ブラックが一番だもの。炭鉱以外は私のコーヒーを酷評しているの。あんたはどう？私のブラックコーヒーのブラックは暗黒料理の暗黒じゃないわよ。毎日みんなと一緒に過ごしていると宇宙で探し物をしている時、多くの場合はあった、これに違いないとひらめくのではなく、本当にこれなのか、万が一違っていたらと考え、疑いためらうものよ。あの子はとても慎重よ。ベルトは自分が若者についていけないんじゃないかと心配しているようね。私に言わせれば彼の心はまだまだ若いわ。パムにとって私はずっと列車の修理工に過ぎないわ。さあ、全部あんたのために用意したのよ。気をつけなさい。戦闘は精巧なデザインなの。ちゃんと直さないと。次はそう簡単にはいかないわよ。順番にね。もちろん誰でも構わないわ。継承よ。いい度胸ね。まだ分かってないのね。人間は星空を掌握する欲望を隠さない。もちろん私もよ。逃がさないわ。これからというのに逃がさないわ。逃がさないわ。私に会いたかった？ありがとう。燃やし尽くせ。星々に一歩近づけたわね。これも開拓ゆえの収穫ね。やっぱり自分の手でやらなきゃね。あいつで練習する？コーヒーでもどう？
そろそろ決着をつけないとな。今去るのなら見逃そう。続きは俺に任せろ。冷静さを保て。痛い目に遭いたいようだな。下がれ。下がれ。頭を冷やすといい。手加減はしない。大事ない。君らはこれしき。君らはこの力について何も知らない。星が砕け散る様を見るがいい。生と死。君らに選ぶ余地はない。君たちに任せた。やはり心配だな。時期を読んだいい治療だ。とどまれ。この銀河はあらゆる可能性を受け入れる。なかなか面白いな。手応えがあったな。手強そうだが試してみる価値はある。目的地は君たちが決めればいい。君はまるでアニメの主人公のようだ。仲間が自然と君のそばに集まる。誤解しないでくれ。ただ考えにふけっていただけだ。俺自身が冒険できる機会はあまりないからな。俺の故郷は一度崩壊というエネルギーに侵食された。だがそれによって故郷が美しさや温かさを失ったわけではない。姫子は何というか輝きを放つタイプの人間だ。俺たちは列車のかつての航路をたどっているだけだが、姫子を見ていると彼女の夢がきらめいていることがわかる。姫子はずっと列車に乗り、彼女の請求に向かっているのだろう。助けを必要としている時、パムはすぐに現れる。だがいたずらにパムを呼び出したりするなよ。以前そうした人間はアニメの手加減。頭を冷やすといい。下がれ。そろそろ決着をつけないとな。そろそろ決着をつけな。
Not only is the general an expert in perceiving people's intentions, but he is also a master of the arts of concealment and showmanship. When he decides to show something, it's time to be careful. Oh, you mean the young boy? The one who's always by the general? I don't know anything about him.
Abyss flower, bloom.
白花よ酒天使よ授けん白花よ酒天使よ授けん何をためらう気を残念ながら選ぶ相手を間違えたよ僕の解釈に身を委ねるといい奪ったならば償ってもらおう叶わないというのかほら戻ってきただろ調子が良くなったよかつひとときの余興に過ぎない気に入ったならどうぞ取るに足らない僕がいるんだ好きに戦うといい世を漂う者に根を張る場所などない。
Calm your body and mind. Stand down. Better make a choice. Better make a choice. Pom-Pom's always there to lend a helping hand, but I'd refrain from teasing them if I were you. The last person that did that. Oh, there's a lot to say there. They only aired that series on my home world. I don't know if there's anywhere else in the universe that'd have it. I can use my mimicry power to show you a few episodes, but I can't guarantee the resolution. Can't sleep? I understand. Inspiration always comes knocking in the small hours. It's hard to ignore, right? I was an animator for 8 years. My life was pretty routine. I guess it was a little dull compared with adventuring, but work is a very worthwhile thing. It brings dreams to life. It's a long story, and it involves a lot of people and incidents that everyone would like to forget about. Best not to talk about it. In essence, I got lost in the universe, but was fortunate enough to come across Himiko driving the Express. Do you know how the followers of Klapoth the Preservation became the Interastral Peace Corps? You know, you remind me of the main character in a cartoon or something. You seem to attract companions out of thin air. I hope you don't mind me saying that. It's just, it seems like my own chances of going on an adventure have plummeted again. Researching history and producing animations. I'd say they go hand in hand.
The coffin draws attention. As a traveling merchant, it helped me a lot. Everyone is curious about the coffin, so they come up to ask me about it. As I answer them, the business is done.
A foregone conclusion. A well-matched opponent. Follow my charge. There's no time to lose. Bide your time, but don't waste it. Conflict is pitiless. Here, there's thunder. Was that it? Trifling. Time for the master stroke. Radiant Spirit, heed my word. Show no mercy! Too long behind the lines. It's good to be back in the field. 1,000 thanks. I commend it. Battles are chess games. No two are alike. A diamond in the rough. There was more than met the eye. When faced with an army, bide your time and time your attack. A few games of chess will while away the time. A master of the chessboard does not always make flashy moves. People take delight from one flashy move that saves the day, but never worry when the entire situation teeters towards a loss. I am Jing Yuan, the general of the Luofu Cloud Knights. There's no need for formality. General is a temporary title, and you can simply call me Jing Yuan. Ah, you're here. If you have any interesting stories from your travels, do share them with me. Rest well. My apologies. There is still some work to be done, and I can't see you out personally. My past enemies are either dead or captured, and my past friends are scattered to the winds. Now that I think about it, I am indeed an old man. A master of the chess. Outsiders perhaps like to abbreviate the Xianzhou Luofu as just Xianzhou. But the Luofu is not the Xianzhou. The Luofu is the Luofu. No more, no less. Meditating with my eyes closed. That gets more difficult as time goes on. For all of my life, I've been scared of trouble. There are major troubles and minor ones, distant ones and close ones. They need plans, preparations, and all things that need effort. This spirit is called Lightning-Wielding, Thunder-Clapping, Spirit-Squashing Lord. It's a name I read from an ancient text, but it's too long to remember, so I just abbreviate it to the Lightning Lord. I have been bound by mundane duties for years. Not only do I find no fun in my surroundings, but I'm also becoming a rather boring person. If I must talk about something interesting, then it'd be meeting space travelers like yourself. If you treat him as a child, I know, if you treat him as a child, he'll put on the airs of an adult. If you treat him as an adult, he'll show the temperament of a child. I know what Fu Shen is thinking of, so I must make her wait. If she is patient enough to wait, then that would be the time. Everyone believes Helm Master Yukong had retired. They don't know that she chose an even harder path after she left her beloved skies behind. Xianzhou is capable of such bustling trade because of how ambassadors, such as Tingyun, socialize so much with the outsiders. I have seen many merchants in my life, but don't you think there aren't many like him who are in no hurry to do business? A careless Cloud Knight new recruit, huh? I was like that once upon a time, but it was a long while ago. It's hard being the High Elder of Vidyadhara. I hope she remains well in this lifetime. She taught me the skills of the blade, but we never became close. In an endless night, there was nothing closer than the bright moon, always hanging in the sky.
Hello, guest from the Astral Express. I am Yukong from the Luofu Skyfaring Commission. Welcome to the Xianzhou. It's a good day to set sail, isn't it? The Sea of Stars is vast, and our journeys are difficult and long. Please look after yourself, no matter where you are. I have worked in every post in the Skyfaring Commission, from maintenance to pilot, combat reserves to stargazer. Such a long time has gone by so quickly. A full, complete flight can only be considered as such when it starts with a successful takeoff and ends with a good landing. The past and present of the Skyfaring Commission do not have such a simple relationship. The events of the past crafted its current greatness. I like to watch the clouds. The changing nebulas. The Skyfaring Commission governs the area around the Xianzhou, but we are merely momentary traces that quickly disappear in the sky. The nebulas are the true masters of the heavens. Compared to the skies and the stars, our lives are as brief as fleeting insects. How I wish I can witness the day that the Xianzhou truly returns in triumph. The Skyfaring Commission went toe-to-toe 12 times against the Plague's author in the past. 3 times we were nearly wiped out, but each time we rose up from the ashes and rebuilt. I have seen the last ray of light right before a sun dies, and the pulsing volcanic veins akin to flesh and blood on planets brought to life. I've seen the Lux arrow of the Rainbow Arbiter flying to places light years away, and the rainbow memory bubble of the Glow Swather bursting within flames. The General may behave slovenly, but he has plans for all the affairs of the Xianzhou. A sword will vibrate and beg to be unsheathed if it is unused for too long. But once unsheathed, it will either paint the battlefield in blood or break itself in the process. The Xianzhou need brawny warriors with their swords and spears, as well as unpredictable waters like her who travels freely and unrestrained. She is indeed reckless, but she is also passionate and eager. Don't underestimate her. Youth can accomplish a lot simply by relying on such energy. Though Bailu has been worshipped as the High Elder since birth and had no say in this, her title of Healer Lady was indeed gained from her expert practice of medicine. You should not mention this name. It has been a forbidden word for a long time.
One sliver of moonlight, 900 lives. And Mr. Cien's stories about Jingliu? I love this sentence the most. How come the Cloud Knight's records didn't say anything about such a sword master? Bailu. It's that healer lady. I heard that her crying can cure patients. And that sounds impossible, but she is a Videodara after all. That outsider looks weak, but is pretty brave. If he weren't on the Xianzhou and hadn't met me, he'd totally get robbed just for lugging such a huge case around. I've heard Cloud Knight veterans talk about the legend of the Starfire Fox. As the best ace pilot in the Luofu, Madame Yukong's Starskiff records remain unbeaten. I didn't expect her to talk in such a polite way when I met her. I think about this every time I listen to Diviner Fu talk. We are both from Xianzhou, but are we really speaking the same language? I saw Tingyun in so many shops and just thought she was a customer who's always buying stuff. Then, I heard all those shops are hers. He's so young, but a Cloud Knight lieutenant already? Could he have a mom more strict than mine urging him on with swordplay? The dozing general of the Xianzhou Luofu? I've heard a lot about him, but I feel he doesn't do anything. He's not as good as the lady general from our Xianzhou Yaoting. She's the girl playing in the games parlor, right? She must have played for years to be that good. With how good her skills are, it's almost a martial art for her. All the Outworlders arriving at Xianzhou these days start their sentences with, "There's an old saying in Xianzhou." But a local like me can't think of any? How can this be? I'm Sushong, and I recently joined the Cloud Knights. Talk to me if you have any issues. But I don't know the Luofu very well either. To hear a on the Luofu is like a wish come true. After all, this is where High Cloud Quintet became famous. All the expertise of Mr. CN, the storyteller at the Sleepless Earl, is in this place. My name is Ting Yoon, the ambassador for the Luofu Skyfaring Commission Merchant Guild. Please look after me from now on, benefactor. The Skyfaring Commission are all very gallant. Though I admire them, I really can't imitate them. I'm a lot better at embellishing words and talking up a storm. Sushong is very kind and comes to my shop every day to ask, "Is business difficult? I'll help you. Did anyone smash your shop? I'll help you." A businessman from beyond the sky, and he's not on the Whistling Flames' records. Weird. Why can't I remember him? Whether it's driving star skiffs or leading the Skyfaring Commission, Madame Yukong is always present in the Xianzhou's course. I'm still lacking in my skills as a helmswoman. I once gifted him some items I deemed rare, and that child respectfully thanked me and accepted them. Then I saw him excitedly selecting swords in the Artisanship Commission. Children are clever little creatures. The General is a true master of maximizing returns for minimal effort. I cannot match him on that front. If I have time, I head over to the Sleepless Earl when it's late. If I want company, then I chat with the patrons there. If I want leisure, then I watch people drink tea and toss dice in order to practice reading people. It is quite fun. Bedtime tail care is a must. First, you need a comb that's made of boxwood, then apply some sweet ointment to the root of the tail and wrap it in pale cloud silk and go to sleep. That way my tail will be all so soft and fluffy tomorrow. See? This bracelet isn't anything old, but the jade was so green and pure that I commissioned a craftsman to make it. If you ask me, it's harder to find something for myself than for my shop. Not only does it have to be good, but it also has to strike my fancy. Peace is the best for business. It's best to work with persuadable people. For those who are less persuadable, cooling them down with a fan works wonders. Every time I head out, I leave a letter behind and lock it in the drawers of my shop. If I come back, then I'll burn it later. If I don't, then it'll be something for others to remember me by. If I have time, I head over. Every time I head out, I leave a letter behind and lock it in the drawers. Most of the life forms I have seen with the Whistling Flames have an origin and a reason. The creatures that cannot be communicated with are the most terrifying, as it means they do not conquer using language. I just thought she was a frequent customer of the games parlor, but recently I heard she is a diviner from the Divination Commission. Aren't they always busy over there? How can she have the time for a games parlor? The Master Diviner has a harsh tone, but she speaks sense. To be completely honest, her lectures are quite memorable. Nowadays, Meng Ming manages everything in and out of the tea house. People say Foxians are born to do business, but things are always easier said than done. Seize the moment! Well, we're in trouble now. Customers are always welcome. Let's be friends, shall we? We were supposed to attack yesterday. Chill out, evil's begun. All the best. Can we talk? You'll pay for that. 1,000 wonders to raise your spirits, good omens. Fight has won! Not my lucky day. Need a hand? Huh, better late than never. Cool it. Cool it. We make a pretty good team. This'll get a good price. Smooth sailing. That's a tough nut to crack. Got places to be? I'm your best guide.